Hello and welcome to Across the Acres, a Bex Hybrids podcast, where our goal is to connect, challenge, and inspire each and every one of you by interviewing others who have a story or message to share. My name is David Ringer. I am your host, joined as always by my ever faithful producer, engineer, man behind the board, Morgan Fitch.
Hello.
Wave to the crowd.
Hi.
With us today, Morgan, we've got Chris Beck.
Yeah.
The one and only, as far as we know.
I do know another one.
Seriously?
I do, yes. Met him in college.
Oh, come on. You both went to the same university?
We did, yep.
He's not a relative of any?
Not a relative, nope.
Okay. Spells it the same way? There's not like two C's or two K's or something?
I did not check on that, but as far as I know, it's all spelled the same.
He may go by Christopher.
Ooh, that could be. Which are you officially, Christopher?
Officially, yes.
Have you ever been called that?
Nope, only when I'm in trouble.
Okay. Mom does throw the whole full name thing at you when you're in deep doo-doo.
Yep.
Your lovely bride doesn't, though, I assume, when you're in trouble. She doesn't like...
Let's see. I think maybe a couple times she's got it. But
okay.
Yeah.
But you've actually never been in trouble with your wife.
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah.
I mean, you're a perfect husband. Perfect husband right here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what my wife says when she's mad at me because I'm not listening at that moment. Or I'm choosing not to listen, which probably is why I was in trouble in the first place.
My wife drops the middle name.
Oh.
No last name, just Morgan, middle name.
Can we ask? He seemed a little hesitant to share,
It's
Chris.
Mackenzie. Morgan Mackenzie.
Morgan Mackenzie, family name.
Yep.
Okay. I like it.
Scottish.
Yeah.
Shout out the Mackenzie clan.
But yet your hair is jet black.
Yeah.
Is that Scottish?
I'm a mud of the world, I guess.
Oh, that's okay. It's hybrid vigor.
Yeah, that's right.
Amen. Well, Chris, we're glad you could join us today.
Glad to be here.
This is a great treat. Obviously, anytime we have a chance to get a Beck family member on the old podcast, it's a good day. By the way, I have a favor to ask. Morgan Scott Beck, the president of our company, has turned me down not once, but twice. And then I come to find out he's on some shark farmer, I don't know what thing.
Yep.
I mean, what is up with that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been jaded or shaded or I don't know.
He's
of those
a very
things.
busy man.
Oh, let's blame it on that.
It's field show season. He's busy.
True. That is, to be fair, he is a very busy man. But so are you, as the man of the myth, the legend, running our field shows, which we very much appreciate all that you do to prepare what we do. Tell us a little bit about that while we're on that topic.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of different things that go into preparing for the field show. I'm certainly don't do it alone. There's a whole team of people behind this thing that help make it possible. I get the privilege and pleasure of working with many of them, and it's an exciting time of the year for us because it's just you get to see all hands on deck working together to put on a really neat event. So
absolutely. And we will have roughly how many people attend over a 3-day period?
Gosh, I'm trying to think. Last year we had some crazy numbers day one, but it's several thousand people per day. So
you bet. Yeah. If I remember right, we were over 4,000 day one. Last year, and then it was 3 and 3. So that kind of math I can't do, but that's a lot of people.
Yes.
To come to what we now call Becknology Days, originally called Field Day. Now we have them at all of our regional locations, which is really exciting. This year we added Goner.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And is that the only new one we did? Trying to think.
Gibbon? Is Gibbon new this year, or we were there last year?
Yeah, we had that one, yeah. I think Goner's the only new one.
Okay, good. Well, more about Chris Beck. Tell us, family, where do you come from?
Yeah, so my dad, as you mentioned, is Scott. Grew up in this area since I was a kid. My wife, Kaylee, and I were married in 2019, so that's it's been an awesome journey so far. We actually just had our daughter almost a year ago at the end of this month, so August 31st. Our daughter, Lydia, will turn 1, so that's been exciting.
Cool.
She gonna get a smash cake?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So my wife, she loves baking, and she does all the cookies and cupcakes and all that stuff, so she's going to be getting all that ready for her. So
there's a shocking lack of cupcakes here today. I mean, what's up with that?
I don't know.
Do we rank that low?
I don't think we rank at all, if I'm being completely honest.
I didn't even think to bring some, and I should have. So.
Oh, no. We would
don't
not
let
have
him
expected.
put you on the spot, by the way. Don't let him do that.
I don't need more cupcakes in my life. This shirt is, hiding a lot, so we're good. don't need any more cupcakes. But as a dad, what's life like? Is that a whole year under your belt? You feel like you got it mastered?
Definitely do not have it mastered, but I can tell you so far it's been awesome. It's exciting to watch, a little one grow up and have the opportunity to parent, father her. So, and doing it with Kaylee is a blast. So we have a lot of fun.
It's a great joy. As of yesterday, our baby had his first day of school. That's a weird feeling. He gets in front of the fireplace where we always take the photo, right, for the first day. And he's all dressed up and ready to go and kind of like, hurry up and get this photo over with, Mom, because I'm 17 and this is weird. But he handled it really well, but it just felt weird. It was the first day of school. But that's okay. That's why we have kids, to raise them, get them out on their own, be independent, and hopefully make more money than we did so we can live off of them, if that's okay. So what keeps you busy when you're not being a husband and an employee and a father? What else? Hobbies?
Yeah, so hobbies, interests, things I like doing when I'm not here or being a father. That'd be enjoy a lot of music, so I play guitar, a little bit of piano. So I do that some. Really like boating, so that's something that when I get the time, I like to go out and enjoy. So those are the two main things.
I'm hearing an invite in our future to go boating is what I just picked up on. So I'm really excited about that.
A wise man once said the goal is not to own a boat, but to know somebody that owns a boat.
I would say that's a very wise man. Yeah.
Yes. And now we know someone who has a boat.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good day. I love it. And musically speaking, what are we playing on the guitar right now?
Anything and everything, but mostly just my own stuff, make stuff up. I don't usually have a lot of time to play, so I just kind of...
So you write music too?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit of writing music.
I'm impressed.
But mostly just sit down and play. And I will say it's kind of even more of a joy now because I'll sit down in the living room. We've got Lydia, like I said, so she crawls around and she has fun trying to, grab at the instrument and mess around. So
you bet. Anything she can do to get Dad's attention.
Yes. Yeah.
Good. And the piano, was that first, like lessons and stuff?
No, that was just kind of something I picked up along the way and just kind of dabbling a little bit. Not necessarily very good at piano, but just a little bit. So
so self-taught
for the most part. Yeah, but guitar I had some instructors along the way, but yeah,
guitar is a bit of a thing where I've had a really good guitarist tell me you can put it down for a while, but you can't put it down forever.
Correct.
Yep. That's an interesting philosophy. Yep. It's just something that kind of reels you back in. In a good way.
For sure. Yep.
Any other hobbies? You don't horseback ride with your sister or anything like that, do you?
No. Actually, it's on my list to do that with her sometime this summer, but haven't got around to it yet. But
it is the end of August.
Yes, I know.
When we're recording this, by the way. So, you're running out of time there, big guy. But that's okay.
Yeah, no. Outside of that, just like being outdoors, enjoy fitness. So anything I can do to stay fit. So
good deal.
Yeah.
Fitness-wise, like go run a mile or
not a runner. No, I'm more of a just pick up game of basketball, go to the gym, things like that. So
good for you.
Don't do a lot of running.
Yeah, that's okay. We actually don't believe in running.
Okay.
Unless it's to a fridge.
Yeah.
There you go.
Then that's okay. But you've been on a workout journey as well. So not running though.
I ran the 5K.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
I didn't ride my horse.
No, that's what I did for the 5K. Record time.
I did it on my own 2 legs, not 4.
Record time right here. Yeah. Laura still won't give me credit for that, by the way. I don't know what's up with that, but it happens. Tell us about life before Bax Hybrids professionally. What did you do?
Yeah, so I had a great opportunity when I was in college to work for a farming operation. So I did that for pretty much my entire time in school. And then once I graduated, I actually had a kind of a short stint doing some real estate stuff, primarily working on land deals, did a few office deals. But then the more I got into that, the more I recognized kind of my desire to want to come back to the business. And so it was about a year doing the real estate business and being on the land side. It was kind of the realization of, hey, if you're going to be in this thing, you got to be in it for the long haul, just because land takes more time. So,
yes, it does.
So that's kind of when I officially made the shift or decision to come back. But those two things are kind of my primary things I had professionally before coming back to the business.
Okay, and you attended Indiana University. Tell us about that.
Man, I cannot believe that even came from your mouth.
Just hearing that makes me want to.
Oh, poor guys.
Scrub
I
up.
Tell you. Yeah. Oh, Bloomington's not that bad.
Bloomington is
Come on.
beautiful.
Yeah. The university, not so much. Huh?
Kate's going to kill me.
No,
Yeah.
Purdue University, all the way, all day long. So.
And your major was?
I was organizational leadership and supervision. So kind of a mouthful, kind of a broad major. Actually went into the building construction management program. And then when I was in school, I thought, I'm not sure I want to do that. And then ironically, I find myself doing building construction management type things. So
Absolutely. Maybe if you had a time machine, would you go back and do that or no?
I don't know. I know both programs are excellent programs. The one I have my degree in, I really enjoyed because you just get a lot of, I mentioned it's a broad major, so you get a lot of different things that I think probably helped me learn and grow in ways that I probably wouldn't have if I would have been more focused on the construction side. But thankfully for me here, I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of people that have, kind of shown me the ropes over the years and even growing up. But then today, just a lot of people I can lean on for guidance and advice as I work through different projects. So
We're going to jump ahead here only because you teed that up really nicely. Who are some of those people? Name drop a few that have helped bring you up, so to speak.
I can tell you from being a kid, my uncle, Todd Marchand, I always looked at him as kind of a role model and the stuff that he paid attention to, I like to pay attention to. So he was a big one.
So you mow your grass very straight.
Yeah, straight lines are important to me.
Yes, they are.
Agreed.
Amen.
Yeah.
All day long. That's why I'm the only guy that mows my yard.
Exactly.
But no, a lot of other good people. I grew up working in the construction, staff, learned from those guys, and just kind of even being around all of our other teams has been a blessing. More recently, though, as I kind of hired into the position I'm in now, our now facility manager, Caleb Bruner, showed me the ropes on a lot of things.
He's a good dude.
He is. Yep. So, and there's many others, not named, but I'm fortunate to work with. So
Caleb's been here over 10 years. I don't know the exact number, but he's been here a while.
Yep.
And he was under the tutelage of your Uncle Todd, which was really neat to see that transition.
Yep.
He's still a young guy, but to take over when Todd retired, and the transition seems seamless from the outside looking in.
Yeah, it's been a good transition, and I know Todd stays busy doing all kinds of other stuff, but it was nice for him to be able to do that, and to see Caleb step into that role now and kind of lead the department has been exciting. So
Absolutely. It's important from just talking to your dad that the kids, you're not kids anymore, but as the grandchildren come into the business, that you bring outside experiences with you. Mm-hmm. What outside experiences do you lean most on, do you think, when you look back?
It's probably one of the things we talk to the most here, but just the culture side of things.
Okay.
When I was working in real estate, I had a great experience learning from everyone that I was working with. But one of the things that I recognized was just a slight difference in culture, and some good things, some not so good things. But I think every business has some of that to a certain extent. But what I think I liked about it is that when I came back to the business, I was able to really see and recognize even more the things that maybe I knew about before but didn't fully appreciate. So Absolutely.
Once it's gone, you realize what you're missing a little bit, or when you're not in it, you can see it differently.
Yep.
Well, and so then if Morgan and I were not employees and we meet you somewhere and we go, oh, Bex, what is the culture at Bex? How would you define that?
Man, that's a tough one. I think if you asked a lot of people that question, I think it's hard to put a sentence to it or put a phrase to it. It's more like you kind of have to experience it. But I think one of the biggest things is just people care about other people.
Yeah.
And so I think I think that's really what drives it, right? Is that when your employees are more than just a number, and when the people you're working with care about what you care about, then cool things happen, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, just yesterday, Andre Brown, my teammate, was teaching a BLD foundation class, Beck's leadership development, by the way, quick plug. And the conversation of culture came up, and Sam and Ethan are two guys in El Paso, young men whom I've been now a part of our organization for not an extended period of time, but their definition of our culture was one word: family. Just the way they phrased it.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Like that was the one word.
I like
came to
that.
mind.
Which, when you think about 900 plus employees and we still think of each other as family, that's pretty unique. That's special in my opinion. Okay, so now you're at Bax Hybrids. What's the job role today? What do you actually do?
So my official title is project manager and facility design, but really that just gets wrapped up into whether we're doing new construction or doing a remodel. I'm kind of help plan things out and see what decisions we can make to hopefully get ourselves the best end product, and then kind of helping see that to completion as far as from the beginning of kind of outlining, okay, what is our plan? What is it that we want to accomplish here? And then going through that design process, working with whatever teams we need to put together a plan that fits for them, and then ultimately seeing it come to life. So
You're not on a drafting board though, actually drawing stuff up, or maybe?
not so much a drafting board. No, I do a lot of stuff on the computer.
Okay.
So working in
CAD and whatnot.
Yeah, CAD and whatnot. So.
That's the one thing I knew to say. Other than that, I'm out. But
yeah, so I dabble in that a little bit, depending on the project. Probably don't do as much of that right now as I did when I first started, but do a little bit of that. So
okay, cool. If the roof starts to leak over Morgan's head, though, he shouldn't call you. Probably somebody else.
You're probably best to get a hold of the maintenance team. They can.
Yeah. Shoot, I thought we had an option for you, but
Yeah.
you're just gonna have to live with it.
How about a bathroom out here? Who do I talk to about getting one of those?
That's in the works.
Yeah,
So,
I've heard that. I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a pretty long walk to the East Tower.
That's actually one that is currently opened up on my computer, and I've got the the CAD
Good
lines.
timing.
All right,
So,
I'm ready.
yeah.
If we're putting that in, let's go ahead and put in like a set of bunk beds so we could take a nap, and then maybe like a shower room too, just in case. You never know. He works out a lot. Stuff like that. Big TV maybe.
Ooh.
While we're asking.
Actually,
Coffee bar.
All,
I don't know.
all the stuff you can do at home, right?
Pretty much. Just in case our wives ever decide they don't want us around anymore, we might just live here. Don't tell anybody that we would do that. But
No,
it
never.
could work out really good.
Yeah.
Rent free and all that stuff. What's the coolest thing you've gotten the chance to design?
Oh man. So right after shortly after I started, we kind of jumped into what I call the west expansion of the campus here, where we kind of added on to our machinery shed, or MS 10, 20, 30 buildings.
Yes.
And so that was kind of a neat project because there was a lot going on all at once. I got to spend a lot of time kind of in the design role, planning stuff out. That was a neat one that got to work a lot with my grandpa on. So that was kind of cool.
Very cool.
A lot of that. You can only do so much behind the computer, but then it's really exciting when you get to jump out and just kind of start to visualize things and, what does this look like? What does that look like? And he very much enjoys those things as well. So that was kind of a neat project we got to work on together and, spend hours here and there just studying drainage or studying this, that, and the other. So
he's really involved in that today.
Yes.
And that's so cool that he's still invested and loves that. And he's in his early 80s, but still, just going at it. I love that.
Yep.
And the guys, I've talked to a handful of them out there, love the new space. They've thoroughly enjoy it. It's very, very well done. So good job, you.
Thanks.
Good work.
Team effort for sure.
Absolutely. But you mentioning your grandpa, as a kid growing up, time spent with him outside of the business, what might that have looked like?
Oh, and a lot of different things. It was, jumping on the 4-wheeler to cruise around for a little bit, even though he was scouting things and looking at things that at the time I wouldn't have even been paying attention to. Sure. Just the fact that I got to, ride around on a 4-wheeler was the excitement. So that, taking family trips, in the summer, we kind of do our family trip down to Dale Hollow Lake, have a lot of good family memories there. So yeah, just
cool.
Spending time hanging out, recreational type stuff. So.
Yeah. We had a family feed business, swine feed, and I just remember going up into Grandpa's office and just sitting there looking around his desk, wondering all that he did every day. What's a guy do all day? When you're 9 or 7 or whatever, your perspective's pretty limited, and so chance to see your grandpa at work is a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, and what a lot of people don't know is he all growing up in his office, and he may still have them there over on one of the window ledges. He has some of those, you'd call it a stress ball, but they're shaped like an ear corn or like a soybean. Well, when in off hours, we would come and we would grab those and go down to what you all know as the Indiana and Illinois room. And that was kind of an indoor dodgeball, just absolute arena in there for me and my brothers.
Perfect.
So
I'm going to throw a wild idea out there. Let's bring that back.
Let's do it. That is what we do. They're remodeling those rooms anyway, right? I think that's on the docket eventually. Why not have a dodgeball room?
Yeah.
That would totally be fine with work comp and all that other stuff.
It was a little easier and didn't hurt so much to jump over tables and stuff when we were kids than it would now. But.
Yeah, I don't think I'll
take a few days to heal back up.
Yeah, no, that's not going to go well. No table jumping for me. But what would you like your job roles to be in the future? Or would you prefer to stay kind of in the same vein you are now?
Yeah, I love what I do now. It's a lot of fun. Get to show up to work every day and enjoy what I do and the people I do it with. So I'm as of today, as I look ahead to the future, I'm hoping that I get to, God willing, get to keep doing what I'm doing. So
good. If you ever want to experience like the sales side of the business, you call me up. I'll put you in touch with some great seat advisors. Put you in the truck, and maybe you've already done this. I don't know.
A few times.
Yep. Okay, good. Well, but in Northern Illinois, have you tried it?
I have not done it in Northern Illinois.
Oh, you got it. It's a little more of a unique culture there, a little bit like that in Eastern Iowa too. And for those of you who live there, you know what I mean. It's not bad. It's just different. And so come on over. We'll have a good time.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. The real question Morgan had on his heart today was what dirt you might have on your brother Corey. So I'm going to ask it for him because he was embarrassed to do so. But surely there's something. Like, did he ever beat you up as a kid or, something?
I don't know if he ever beat me up. I mean, we had a lot of time roughhousing around, things like that.
Because how close in age are you two?
Oh, gosh, we're 14 months apart, I think. So we're pretty close.
Oh, my. Yeah, that's real close.
Yeah. 14, 16
What's Irish
months,
twins?
like
12 months?
Oh, I don't know. I've never heard that expression.
Okay, yeah. If you have two babies in the same calendar year, it's called Irish twins. And so, or within 12 months, maybe that same calendar year, but 14 months, that's close.
Yeah, we grew up very close in age. So
okay, and for the most part, you got along, from what I understand.
Yeah. I mean, it was, similar sports teams and similar groups of friends growing up. So But
you never got the chance to be a quarterback's coach.
No, I did not.
Man,
nope.
That's a shame.
Yeah,
he stole that moment from you, or you
that's
gladly
right.
gave it to him.
Yeah,
that's not for everybody.
Nope, it is not.
Oh, very cool. What would you then picture us as an organization being in, say, 10, 20 years? What do we look like?
Man, as we continue to grow, I think that Becks will be exactly what we make it. So I think, when you think about the people that are here and the different opportunities that we have, Becks will be what we make it. And so it's just kind of, our ability to be intentional with our daily efforts and our relationships with one another and relationships with our customers and dealers and all of those things. If we continue to prioritize those things and be intentional about, the way that we interact with others, I think it's going to be pretty neat to see what we do in the next 10, 20, 30 years. Absolutely.
Well, and at the top of our pyramid is relationships, whether it be customer or coworker relationships.
Yep.
That's the key. You nailed it. If we can stay true to that, we'll be just fine. And where we go and grow, well, that's in God's hands, and we'll trust Him to deliver.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, I'd love to just think back, and every now and then I find an old booklet or I see old pictures, or whether that's in the founder's room or wherever, and did those guys think, like, did Lee Ruland think that this would be where we're at? I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'd be thrilled to ask him, but we don't get that chance, sadly, at least not on this side of the grave. But it's quite a bit bigger than I think a lot of us would have imagined.
Yep.
And when Bex first came to Central Illinois and El Paso, Illinois, we didn't anticipate it being what it is. The community didn't. Local growers, farmers didn't anticipate what it is. And so if it keeps growing, great. We'll just keep doing what we do, helping farmers succeed.
Yep.
Okay, great. Morgan, what am I missing here? There's got to be a question or two you have on your heart for this young man.
No. I was going to ask, who was the better athlete growing up?
Ooh.
Well, I have to say, Corey and I are closer in age, but my younger brother, Jason, he actually, I don't even know when it was. It was probably sometime in high school. His Instagram name or tag, whatever you call it, is actually the Better Beck. And so he coined that, and it was kind of like, because really when it came down to the athletic stuff, he was always the one, like Corey and I are athletic, but is like, even though Jason's 3 years younger than me, he was always right there in the mix with us. So it's like, maybe the better question is he the best of all three of us?
Oh, when we have him on Across the Acres, we'll ask. We'll get the true story from the youngest of the brothers.
Yep.
For sure.
That's good.
That's a good answer.
Best sport for you?
Football.
It is football.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for Jason?
Football, basketball, I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get that on the next one.
Yeah.
Well, I did have one last question.
Okay.
If you could write your story, and this is way down the road, I get that, but if you were going to leave one lasting impact on our organization, what would you like it to be?
That's a good question. I think that for myself, I would like to be somebody who helped make a growing company feel small, or helped keep a growing company feel small. Just that, and again, that plays into that culture piece of it. But I think it's important that no matter how much we grow, no matter how big we get, I think it's that element of keeping conversations like this going, or it's just those kind of stop by somebody's office conversations that, I think that's what helps people know you care. It's what helps people recognize that, that it's not just about numbers and moving forward as fast as we can, but it's also about how we do it and the conversations we have and the relationships we build along the way. So if I could be somebody that helped maintain that and foster that for the long haul, I think that's something I could hang my hat on. So
Absolutely. And I'm not just saying this because you're here and a guest on this podcast. You're doing that today. So just keep doing what you're doing. You're accessible. You're in the dirt with us. It's just real. There's some real genuineness to you and your whole family for that matter. All the grandkids that are in the business, they're just real people. And they're working right alongside us, sweating in the heat and getting the job done. So keep it up. It's been awesome.
I will do my best.
Good man. Otherwise, I'm going to have to talk to your boss and we're going to have a discussion about it. And Caleb will just laugh at me. Like, whatever, David. Okay, so then if anything else you'd like to add?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. Well, then we've arrived at this moment where it is the fun, fast five. Are you prepared?
I don't think I am.
Okay, good. That's the right answer. I tried to be somewhat nice to you, but every now and then a little bit of hard things. So are you willing to share food or you don't share food?
I really do not share food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Selfish jackwagon. I see how it is. Outer space or the bottom of the sea?
Outer space.
Okay. Save 100 strangers or just one that you love?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Man,
and we'll say your wife, just to really put it on the heat. Now that makes it too easy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Normally they don't get this dark.
Yeah,
So I'm caught off guard too.
That's tough. It's like,
yesterday was a dark day.
Do you be the good Samaritan and save as many people as you
Bingo.
can, or do you go after that one? That's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know that I have a good answer for it.
Say both.
If I can say both, I'm saying both.
Go both. Why not? Happy ending or a sad ending?
Happy ending.
Okay. And then this one's not going to be hard at all. Muddy floor or a dusty floor? And why?
What kind of equipment do I have to clean it up?
Now that's a good man right
That is
there.
a good question.
Well, what am I going to have to do to get rid of it? But when I saw that, well, first of all, I'm going to make you answer, and then I'm going to explain the why I asked it.
We'll go with dusty floor.
Dusty floor?
Yeah.
Okay. So there is schools of thought on this question. Muddy floor is someone who's just willing to go out there and get dirty and muddy and create a mess. Dusty floor is someone who's more contemplative, more willing to think about things before he rushes in. So maybe that does describe you, because you're a bit of a thinker. Is that right? Is that fair?
In certain scenarios, yeah.
Yeah. Other times you might charge in.
Yeah.
But that's why you had to wait so long to answer the question, is because you're a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that. I saw the explanation for it. And if it's a dusty floor, it's somebody who's really going to be thoughtful and purposeful about what they do. The muddy floor guy, well, shoot, that's me. I'm knee deep before I realize, oh, crud.
You forgot your scoop shovel?
I forgot my scoop shovel. Yeah. Morgan, what about you? Which one?
Well, I hate mud.
With a passion.
Like if I'm barefoot in mud, I'm like, this is utterly disgusting.
Yeah.
But with that being said, everything you said about dusty floor, I'm like, not. So I think I'll just be cool. Like, it's kind of dusty, maybe a little mud here and there.
Yeah. And in between.
50-50.
Sure. Yeah. That makes sense. Well, Chris, it's been a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, appreciate
thank you for
having me
coming.
on. Yep.
Really appreciate it. I know you're a very busy man this time of year in particular, but boy, it's a treat to have you.
Appreciate you guys having me.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you, Chris, for coming alongside and being a guest on Across the Acres, where our goal is to connect, challenge, and inspire. We ask you share your thoughts on future topics or people to interview with us at edu@bexhybrids.com. That is edu, short for education, at bexhybrids.com. Please follow us along on the podcast provider of your choice and give us a 5-star rating and review. And until next time, we will catch you across the acres.